one of the biggest problems is the hugeness of the challenge. Delhi province has today roughly 1/3 of the geography of India under its care. And here we are, a little over 100 Jesuits, which means some are ordained priests, some are brothers, some are in formation. So that's 1/3 the geographics. Number-wise, especially with Uttar Pradesh, we are probably close to 300 million people in our region, in our province. 300 million people. Where do you begin?
If you look at Delhi, out of the say 14 to 15 million people, about 4 million people are in the slums. That's morally unacceptable.
The Dalit problem is not merely a problem of economics, though it is also that. It's not merely even a problem of power, though it is also that, but it's a problem of dignity, as you say, of self-worth, of not considering oneself as impure by birth.
There are two Indias. The first India, educated, quality people, doctors, lawyers, engineers, nurses. And then there's the second India, made up mostly of people from the rural areas who have practically no land, no quality education, no food, literally no food many times. The poorest of the poor are living in little hutments, hardly worthy of the name of a home, of a house. And living in those conditions night and day, 365 days of the year, the big thing is to keep hope alive, that there can be and there will be a better tomorrow. We have made tremendous strides in science, in so many ways, in agriculture, but we have not bridged the gap between the haves and have-nots. India, the second India, lacks hope. The poor, the poorest of the poor, who make up 1/3 to 1/2 of the country, does not have hope that the burden of poverty and destitution will ever be lifted. They do not have hope for a better tomorrow, to put it bluntly. Let's have no doubt about it, the most basic help you can give people is quality education. Education and forming of the person, the personality, starting with the women and girls who are very, very often neglected. And one of the top priorities of Delhi Jesuit province is to help and empower women and girl children.
We train hundreds and hundreds of boys and girls, dropouts from schools, train them in some life skills like computer, TV repairs, beautician course, cutting and tailoring, spoken English, etc., so that these kids could become earning members. Also, they'll be able to do something on their own instead of them becoming job seekers. They're able to become job providers.
The most precious thing that these people learn is that I'm somebody. As they say, "Mai koi hoon." "Mai kisi se kam nahi hoon." That means that I'm not less than anyone. I am a child of God. "Mai ishputra, mai ishputri hoon." And to really believe that and to be treated like that, that's what our education is all about. And this gives them spirit, this gives them encouragement, this gives them hope. Hope that they can make it, they can be successful in life, they can overcome the terrible burden of poverty and destitution.
So that's why I constantly tell our children, what is more important is not the degree you obtain or the marks you score in our institution. What matters is what type of life you are going to lead outside this campus. We need to inculcate certain values like justice, peace, equality, fellowship, brotherhood, and love towards the poor.
And I feel here is where a prophetic voice has to come from us, especially the Jesuits. We have to become the spokespersons of all these people. And we have to become part of their life process.
And I believe that this is precisely what it means to be a missionary. Whether that person is a pilgrim in Chicago or South India or North India or wherever, North Pole, South Pole, being a missionary is to be a witness of the unconditional love of God for each and every person, particularly those most in need. And while we go in pilgrimage to the Father, we strive to make it a better place to live, a better place to grow as a child of God with dignity and respect. I have great hope for India, that India will overcome this terrible gap between the haves and have-nots, and it will come about by consciousness of the sacredness of each person.
Without the help of collaborators, lay collaborators or religious collaborators, we cannot survive, because we cannot do this vast mission of Jesus our own. We need people helping hands.
Definitely our idea will be to increase the activities. For that we need more people, personnel. We have to establish small centers, we have to acquire land, put up buildings, train personnel, so the possibilities are immense.
I mean, it is not out of their abundance that they are giving. It's out of their necessity, out of their want. They keep something away, little bit away for this purpose. They are really partners in our missionary activities. We cannot do anything without them. It is their generosity, their acts of kindness turned into action in our mission field.
I'm very grateful to all the benefactors. I would really thank God for bringing many of these people into my life, into our life in India. Had not for them, some of the work that we do here would not be taking place. I think we are moving in the right direction. I think we are identifying a new grace into the higher education where we could influence people.
You who are living your family lives and your professional lives in Chicago, in Detroit, wherever, you are as much missionaries as I am and my confreres are. You are sacred in God's eyes,